live. Unfortunately, Paul was supposed to join tonight, but he is under the weather and cannot make it. So it's just me talking about a few things that I have that I want to discuss. So bear with me as we delve into just a few things, just to check in. As like I said, I'd planned to go live with Paul tonight, but unfortunately he's unavailable. So let's get started right off the bat with stupid things Trump has said. I know it's a long list, but in the past week in particular, we have had Trump say two very, very stupid things. First off, we'll go with the one that you could say was misconstrued, where he said that well, I'll get into it here after the clip, but you can hear for yourself. He could be talking about more than just this country, but the way he says it, it is clearly about this country. So here is the clip, and I want to get it started over, but unfortunately, my player here we go. Well,
the drugs that are being sent into our country, and the fact that 300 million people died last year from drugs, that's what's illegal. And the drugs that are being sent into our country, and the fact that 300 million people died last year from drugs, that's what's illegal. And the drugs that are being sent into
as I'm trying to get this thing to get quiet. There you go. So he claims 300 million people died from drugs that were brought into our country last year. We have a grand total of 340 million people in this country. So we're down to 40 million people all of a sudden because 300 million people died last year of drug overdoses? No, that's not how it works. And on the whole ordeal of drugs, Trump has now, for the second time, shot a missile at a civilian boat. Twice now, a missile to a civilian boat. Trump claims the boat was full of drugs coming into this country. Trump also is the one who fired the woman who claimed that, who actually posted, not claimed, posted the job numbers. And we found out that those job numbers made Trump look bad. So Trump fired her because the job numbers looked bad, which then the job numbers got worse with the guy that he hired to replace her. So anyway, that's the whole thing on the drug deal. But Trump, in his stupidity, said something that was absolutely the truth. Let's wait until my computer catches up because it's going very slow. But this one is the clip that I love the most because Trump actually says the truth in this clip. And when I can get the volume up on it, let me see. Here we go. Is it going to play? No, there it goes.
They don't like what we talk about. Smart people don't like me. You know?
Right there. Smart people don't like me.
Smart people don't like me. You know? And they don't like what we talk about. Smart people don't like me. You know? And they don't like what we talk
One
about.
more time.
Smart people don't like me. You know? And they don't like what we talk about.
Smart people do not like him, and they don't like what he talks about because of how damaging it is to the rest of us. So, yes, Trump actually did speak the truth. And next is a very sensitive subject. And I realize that a lot of people will get mad at what I have to say here, but I don't care. I am sick of the show and pretending to care attitude of Republicans for Charlie Kirk when they have continuously proven they do not care about school shootings. Show me you care. You had a moment of silence for Charlie Kirk. However, you ignored another school shooting that happened the exact same day. Charlie Kirk was not a good man. He spread lies and hate, and I do have some examples pulled up here. First up, let's go to this article, which I will show you as I always do. Newsweek. Charlie Kirk pleads the fifth when asked his age by January 6th committee. If he can't even be honest about his age, what can he be honest about? But I'm going to go down through here and let me get to the point that I wanted to pull up. Here it is. In response to all but one of the more than 70 questions the committee asked Kirk during the interview on May 24th, the activist responded, quote, "I am invoking my Fifth Amendment right." And there you can see it. I know it's backwards, but you can in fact see that is what the article says, and there you can see it is from Newsweek. So that's one issue. Another issue is the hateful rhetoric he has said, and people can challenge me all they want, but this right here is just absolute hate. I did go to his Twitter and look at everything that he had posted leading up to his death. Everything was about the black guy who killed the Ukrainian woman on the light rail in Charlotte. It was a horrific act. It never should have happened. There is no excuse for the murder of that woman. However, do not act like you care that a white woman was killed by a black man when you do not even acknowledge the school shootings. And this also from a man who said that unfortunately gun deaths are a necessary result of the Second Amendment. Sorry, but that does not go well with me. Again, there was a school shooting the same day Charlie Kirk was shot. There is no excuse for any of it. And you cannot make light of a horrible problem. But to give an example of what Charlie Kirk stood for, and again, I have said it multiple times and I want to reiterate it here. I do not condone or advocate any violence against any individual or group for any reason at all. No reason, never, no violence. There is no excuse for it. Charlie Kirk's murder was completely uncalled for, but there's a lot of questions, especially the hand gestures of the security guards that were right beside of Charlie Kirk when he was shot. You cannot tell me those hand gestures were just a coincidence. You can clearly see those hand gestures on any of the videos leading up to the moment Charlie Kirk was shot. I don't buy that this kid who is being accused of the murder was able to get down off the building, through the parking lot, down the street, into the woods, and hide the gun there. I do not believe this kid would be able to get away so easily and then just casually mention it to a friend or a family member that he had done it. I don't buy any of this, and I will never condone violence against anybody again. No reason, no excuse. But there are too many things that don't check out in this. And I really hope that the truth comes out. Charlie Kirk is owed giving the truth of what happened. The people of the country are owed getting the truth of what happened. and justice needs to prevail. And you cannot tell me that the guy in the white shirt that touches his hat and then does all kinds of different hand gestures, and the guy in the black security guard just happening to put his arm out and hold it and make more gestures, are just a coincidence at that moment in time. They're not. There's something more to it. We need the truth to come out. But as I said, there are terrible things Charlie Kirk has said, and this is one of them. It is a Snopes article from Yahoo News. Claim: Turning Point USA founder and CEO Charlie Kirk once said some prominent black women did not have the quote brain processing power to otherwise be taken really seriously. Rating: true. Context: Kirk was speaking on his show, the Charlie Kirk Show, on July 13th, 2023. He was talking specifically about television presenter Joy Reid, former First Lady Michelle Obama, then U.S. Rep. Sheila Jackson Lee, a Democrat from Texas, and Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson. And again, I am not going to show you, or I'm not going to read something and not show you the facts backing me up. The article is right there. Again, I apologize that it's backwards, but you can see that it is a Snopes article from Yahoo News right there. Okay, so that's one horrible thing that he said. And again, like I said, his Twitter was full of racist comments about the black guy that killed the white woman. That's all he cared about. But I'm not going to read through it. But I want to point out the Advocate has also compiled a list. Right here, you can see the Advocate. Charlie Kirk did say stoning gay people was the perfect law. Stoning gay people is the perfect law. Sounds like hate, doesn't it? Why are you going to condone stoning of gay people when the Bible also calls for stoning of adulterers? And Trump is an openly admitting adulterer. He's cheated on all three wives. But you can go find that quote or that article all you want. I don't want to get too much into Charlie Kirk. I'm just gonna do a short video here because Paul can't join me, and I really do miss Paul. I hope you're feeling better, Paul, if you're watching. And you will be back this week, we hope. And when Paul comes back, we will be talking about Polly Holiday's passing and talking about some new food items in Aldi for the fall. But one final thing I wanted to point out is this meme, which I have shared on Facebook. Here's a look at it. I don't know if you can read it or not, but it says Charlie Kirk was the 18,533rd American shot and killed in 2025. Why is he the only one people are talking about? What about the 18,532 before him? And at the time this was made, what about the roughly 400 who were shot and killed since then? Does anyone know any of their names? We have ignored Melissa Hortman, her husband, and their dog. We have ignored the other Minnesota lawmaker that was shot with his wife in their house. They fortunately survived. We have not discussed school shootings to this point. Trump did not call for flags at half staff for Melissa Hortman. Trump did not call for flags at half staff for any school shooting. Trump has not called for anything that he should have called for. And that is a sad state of affairs. So let's be honest. It's not about Charlie Kirk. It's about pushing an agenda. It's about lies being promoted as truths. And it's about hate. He can get his people motivated by hate. And therefore, he can make them do his bidding, basically. Trump just wants to spread hate and more hate and more hate. That is all he has done. Prove me wrong. Tell me in the comments how wrong I am, because I can back up everything I'm saying. When the man who claimed he was going to end all wars, he also said he will end the war in Ukraine within 24 hours after winning the election and before taking office. He took office in January. It is now the middle of September. The war is still raging in Russia. He keeps promising that he's going to take action against Putin, and still nothing has been done. He claims he's going to sanction countries that buy oil from Russia. That was something Biden already put in place. So I don't know why Trump has so much power over people. I don't know why anybody would dare support him, but they do. And this, we're getting dumber and dumber as we go along, supporting this hate that is being spewed by the other side or any side. Again, nobody deserved the ending that Charlie Kirk got, not even Charlie Kirk. This country allows us to have the freedom of speech. It does not allow us to have freedom of speech without consequences. You cannot voice hate constantly and expect to get away with it unless you're Trump, who seems to get away with everything. So please ask me questions in the comments. Tell me what you want to hear. And again, hopefully Wednesday night, Paul will be feeling better and we'll be able to go live together and discuss all the things that I wanted to discuss with him. But I wanted to get this political out of the way and have a happier video when Paul returns, because Paul deserves it. So, Paul, I miss you dearly. I hope you're feeling better. And I look forward to our next time together here in front of the camera. And for all of you out there, if you've watched this through, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. Follow me, share my videos, and please leave comments in the comments section so I can know what you want to see more of. I would love to give back to the people watching me, and I would love to be able to talk about the things that are interesting to you. So leave me comments, tell me what you think about what I've had to say here. Again, I could have had a much better video with Paul. Paul, we miss you. We miss you so much. But feel better, Paul. And until next time, goodbye, everybody.